Once again, many thanks for joining this live broadcast, and that news by Mark Anthony brings us to our very fast break. We'll be right back with even more.
Part 2 of co-parenting.
She came running to me. She asked me, do you have a dad? at age 4. And I think it's very important for every parent to just let the child know the truth.
We minimize an effect of stress to children.
We are co-parenting, but I'm still in love with that guy. I'm thinking he belongs to me. He should not be with anyone else.
So when the child is with me, for example, for those 2 weeks, the agenda of me to the child should not be the father. That new relationship, they need to understand I have children. I have a daughter somewhere. I have a son somewhere.
But because of the children, we'll have to go down and just be good to these Jamas.
Yes.
How now do you balance that?
I try and sort them. Yeah, let them win.
But are there products for men?
Yeah. For men, utapata tu wako tu sawa. Hata mtu anaoga tu na anatoka na ako sawa. But also they also need to take care of their skin. For men who suffer, you know, there are men you find that when they shave, they have those bumps.
Yeah,
there are products to tackle that. Yeah.
I wanted to ask, like, which is the best soap to use on your face? Like any soap, it's okay.
Your skin, the best is a foam cleanser. A foam cleanser. Yeah.
Kwanzia 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. we are here with you. Just keep interacting with us and we'll get you everything that you need. The skin is iendelee to glow and you feel great too.
Everywhere, GBS.
Welcome back. You're still watching GBS News at 9. The SMS line is 21144 and GBS TV Africa on all our social media handles. Moving on with stories making headlines, the education sector is headed for radical reforms that have left many dumbfounded. The Education Task Force, which recently presented its report to President William Ruto, proposed that the Higher Education Loans Board Act be repealed and replaced with a new law that will make it easier for students to access tertiary education financing and repay them. Here are the details. The Presidential Task Force on Education last week presented its final report to President William Ruto, giving recommendations to the education sector in the country.
Time, Your Excellency, sir.
Speaking to GBS TV, John Kageka, an educationist and Dean of Studies at Ruaraka Academy, Nairobi, reiterated that the tax was rushed out to give recommendations that were not well thought out.
I've had a chance to have a look at the report, and I think the report is good, but the only problem is that this report is being done hurriedly. The recommendations are hurried. And there's a feeling that whatever recommendations that have been put across is to mitigate on the issues that had been faced earlier.
The report recommends that higher learning students be categorized according to 3 levels of need. For university students, 1. Vulnerable students. The government will fully fund the vulnerable students who comprise 29% of students joining university, 45,000 in universities, and 42,000 students in TVETs. 2. Less vulnerable students. Students from less vulnerable backgrounds will receive government scholarship of up to 53% and loans from the government of up to 40%, a total of 93%. 7% will be contributed by their households. 3. Able students. Students from able background will be funded through a government scholarship up to a maximum of 38% of the cost of the program and 55% in form of loans. The household will pay only 7%. For TVET students, 1. Needy students will be fully funded. 2. Less needy students in TVET will receive government scholarship of up to a maximum of 50% and 30% loans, while their households will only pay 20%. 3. Able students joining TVET will be funded to the tune of 32% for the government scholarship and 48% from the government loans, and their households will equally contribute 20%. With the new funding model rolled out by President William Ruto last week, Education Cabinet Secretary Ezekiel Machogu revealed that nearly 10,000 students who qualify to join universities opted to join technical and vocational education and training institutions.
Notably, 9,673 applicants who qualified for degree courses from the 2022 KCSE cohort opted to be placed in TVET institutions.
Students opting for diploma courses have increased, as Pocheck revealed that most diploma courses are charging a flat rate fee of 67,000 Kenya shillings per year, while undergraduate courses varied fee, with some charging as much as 612,000 Kenya shillings. Hence, the students are seemingly opting for a cheaper means to access education. Well, the Teacher Service Commission, which is a constitutional office established under Article 237 of the Kenyan Constitution, with its duties and responsibilities well outlined, the Presidential Task Force has recommended changes to this commission. The team now wants the TSC quality assurance and standard functions moved to the Ministry of Education. If the proposal goes through, there will be an amendment of the Constitution, and the Teacher Service Commission mandate might be seized and its budget retained at the ministry. Despite some recommendations appearing to be very radical, President William Ruto has indicated that he will lead the full implementation of the task force report on education reforms. He said the report implementation will commence immediately.
These recommendations contained in the report of the Working Party shall be implemented not in the future, but beginning now.
About 18 new municipalities in Kenya have been included amongst the 77 that are set to benefit from Phase 2 of Kenya Urban Support Program, meant to boost the infrastructure and services in urban settlements. Secretary of Urban and Metropolitan Development, Engineer Benjamin Jenga, said the funding from the World Bank of about 43 billion Kenya shillings will be released in July 2024 after the selected municipalities have been appraised. Engineer Jenga was speaking at the newly commissioned Cabinet Public Park, where he challenged the municipalities to move with the speed and abide with the laid down conditions so as to avoid being locked out from the funding. He stated that the benefiting municipalities should comply with the 9 set of minimum requirements, including being autonomous, having a functioning board, a working budget, and personnel. The Urban and Metropolitan Secretary, who was responding to concerns from a section of local leaders led by Governor Benjamin Chemboi, stated that the evaluation, which will check on the population growth in some urban settlements, which will in turn inform on increased allocations in the future.
By end of this year, 31st of December. It's a program for 5 years. Phase 1, we are supporting 59 municipalities. Now we had $300 million. As we now go to the Phase 2, we have 77 municipalities, and we have the same amount of money, $300 million. So it means the money that we are allocating per urban resident, imeteremka chini kidogo, it is $18 per urban resident. Lakini tukitengeneza population, we are going to get more than 119 million, because population itakuwa juu, multiply by $18 per urban population itakuwa juu. This money for Phase 2, it is coming here for 1st of July 2024. Because this 1 year that we are not giving the money for development, we want to appraise municipalities. We have 9 minimum conditions that all municipalities must meet, all of them, so that they can qualify to get monies from 1st of July 2024. We are going to appraise municipalities by October this year. Now those conditions are not difficult. Kwanza ni lazima municipalities iwe imesimama imara na ikuwe independent. Nimeshukuru tuko na board, all members are there. We have the board wakuwe na nguvu.